Get ready to run up that hill. We are now watching
Stranger Things 4.
I was actually crying all day.
Oh, such a good scene.
Wild to see. Turned up for real.
You just hope that you can do it the justice that it deserves.
I can't believe this is what the world knows still of Stranger Things. Little do they know what's coming.
Let's do this.
Let's get into it. Chapter 1.
The Hellfire.
Chapter 2, Vecna's
Chapter 3, The Monster and the Superhero.
Chapter 4, Dear Billy.
Chapter 5, The Nina Project.
Chapter 6, The Dive. Chapter 7, The Massacre at Hawkins Lab.
Chapter 8, Pop.
Chapter 9, The Piggyback.
This is season 4.
Chapter 1, The Hellfire Club.
Just talk to Eddie. Get him to move Hellfire to another night.
Just talk to Eddie.
Why don't you just talk to your coach and get him to move the game?
Ooh, I think I like this one. Seeing this, I got so much older.
This is actually, weirdly enough, one of my favorite scenes in the show. It's heartfelt, it's honest, and it's kind of that shift, we are getting older.
It's not the point. Please, arrive at the point. If I get in good with these guys, I'll be in the popular crowd.
You know what's funny? I don't use my natural tone for Lucas. Every role that I've played, honestly, has always had a different, accent or a different swag and cadence to their voice. Lucas, I would say he is me, but he's really not me. So I had to change his voice to get that out of me.
So I'm asking you guys, as a friend, just talk to Eddie, get him to move Hellfire. Come to my game.
I gotta say, I'm Team Lucas on this one. That's a prior commitment. They failed to support their friend in an endeavor that was really exciting for him.
So, what's your name, child?
Erica Sinclair.
What's your class?
Oh, I remember this. My name is Lady Applejack, and I'm a chaotic, good, half-elf rogue level 14. And I will sneak behind any monster you throw my way and stab them in the back with my poison-soaked kukri. And I'll smile as I watch them die. This is my first time meeting Joe Quinn, so I saw him in his costume, and it looked really intimidating. And then later on that day, I saw him in hair and makeup when we were all rapping, and he had his wig off, and he was in his regular clothes. And I was like, oh, you're not that intimidating like you look in your costume. No, he really looked like an Eddie in that costume, but he was very nice.
Welcome to Hellfire.
We're about to watch Stranger Things 4, Chapter 2, Vecna's Curse.
Why so nervous?
I skated throughout lunch. Noah and I would make up routines. I had bruises all over my body because I would fall to the ground every 2 seconds. My legs hurt for 2 weeks after, but I got really good.
Angela! Uh-oh. I want you to say sorry to me. And I want you to tell my boyfriend that it was just a joke. And that we are really friends.
Or what? You gonna hurt us with your mean stare again?
Rude.
You'll just have to cry to your daddy instead. Oh wait, can't do that either.
She just needs therapy. I'm not defending her, but she just needs to talk her feelings out and not do what she's about to do.
Angela!
Yeah, that wasn't great. Oh, poor girl. She was just angry. For me, obviously reading it, I was not expecting it. It was actually originally written as in a mini golf, and I was meant to get a golf club and whack around the head with it.
Still with us? We're now playing Chapter 3, The Monster and the Superhero.
Everyone looks at me like I'm a monster.
Well, they just don't know you. Millie is so amazing. Every time we have a one-on-one scene together, I feel insanely comfortable, and we sort of just follow each other's lead. And she really set the tone for that scene.
You don't love me anymore?
Who said that I didn't?
You never say it.
I say it. It's funny when people say, I love you now. It used to mean so much more. Now, you say that to your friend, love you, man, see you soon. For me, that was always kind of a normal thing. But, it meant a lot more, especially to your first girlfriend. And I think for him, it's probably it's a big step. But, that you do love each other, so why not say it? You're the most incredible person in the world. And you're a superhero.
Not anymore.
For that, you're not hearing the clock ticking or Vecna's voice at all. It's really just the lights are dark and there's like a weird clock at the end of the hallway. So you kind of just have to like put yourself there, not as creepy in the moment, but watching it back was definitely like, oh, this is good.
Stranger Things 4, Chapter 4.
Dear Billy.
I can see you're disappointed, but I'm more than happy to give you a tour of our facility.
It's just that, our thesis is due next month.
And you're out of time. Whose fault is that?
They're insane. They're insane.
Guys, don't apologize, Ruth. Screw that. The fact of the matter is, we did put in a request months ago and were denied. And then we reapplied and were denied again.
I've been preparing for like a week and a half, but I was so stressed because it's on the paper. It was like 3 full pages. It was so long.
I want it to be you, so forgive me if I'll now try anything in my power, including wearing this ridiculous
We're still going.
If I might get the chance to speak to the man that ignited my passion and learn a little bit more about how his twisted, but let's face it, totally fascinating mind works. Yes, we don't have the official paperwork, but don't tell me that crybaby Petey McHugh wouldn't have gotten an audience with Victor in a matter of moments if he'd asked politely, because you and I both know that he would.
That's a lot of words.
It's so many words.
10 minutes with Victor. That's all I ask.
Flattery
Gets you everywhere.
gets you everywhere.
I'm back in 30.
What the hell was that?
Oh, the water. We like rehearsed it the day before, and then we knew we had like one day. There wasn't a lot of rehearsal time. Everything has to work perfectly, but from an acting standpoint, it's great because there's so much movement. It's live. It's really happening.
Get down!
And also the intensity of knowing that everything has got to work perfectly. Yes, it was about getting all of those pieces right at the same time, and then I think eventually when we got that take, you know, it's just the camaraderie of everyone being like, fuck yeah.
There was nothing there on the day.
Yo, the neck turn was perfect.
I think when we all read this, all we could be was just so stoked for Sadie to have such an incredible plotline this year and to like carry it with power. It's beyond incredible.
Okay, now!
This scene is crazy. Filming with Sean, directing, it was intense. It's very detailed.
It's so fun to have seen it all come together because this is one that everybody was really, really concerned about making sure that we all got it right. And it's truly horrifying.
Everyone has to be on in that moment, and it's such an emotional scene too. Our energy has to be up, and all the crew has to be doing the exact right thing, and everyone has to be focused, and the light has to be right. So, you know, we did it.
Classic.
I didn't even know what the song was. Sadie played it for me one day. I thought it was a cool song, but I didn't realize the impact that it was gonna make on people. It like turned up for real.
It was pretty wild hearing the song on the radio and being like, I think like this is because of the show. It was also just kind of incredible to see that this character and her storyline, people were really moved by it because, I don't know, it meant a lot to me and I wasn't really expecting that at all.
It's a scene that works so well because it's built over the course of 2 full seasons. It's kind of like a defining moment of the show as a whole, especially this season.
This was interesting also because when we filmed this, it was really a pretty like short distance that I actually had to run. But we just like filmed it over and over again and then they edited it together. Looks like I'm running a really long distance and as you run, like that stamina and kind of like the desperation would build up. But really it's just to kind of like go over and over again, which is hard because building up that emotion is kind of tricky. I didn't really understand how big it was. And I remember just like watching it with my family. We're all just like sat on the couch. We're just kind of like, Oh, cool. Like, I think people are gonna like that, I guess.
Everyone, please enjoy this scene from Stranger Things 4, Chapter 5, The Nina Project.
Resist, and I will end you. But turn this plane around, and I will spare your life.
Well, this is the greatest moment in the history of the whole show. I'm even going to say this is the greatest moment in the history of any Netflix show. This is where Murray becomes an action hero, and he overcomes a certain sense of self. But I trained really hard for this because I really wanted to sell that Murray was a black belt. So I trained for 3 months with Master Simon Rhee and Master Philip Rhee, who are both Taekwondo masters. One of the great gifts of my life to get to learn that, and I'm still learning, but I've been slacking lately. And shout out to the whole Stranger Things stunt team too. I mean, so insanely talented. Hero is such a genius. And it's so amazing to have gotten to work with him on all of these stunts. Hero made sure to bring us in to train the fight in the plane, because once you added that confined space, it became a little bit of a different situation, of an extra challenge. However, I had such great training, I was ready. And it was fun. I think it's one of the funniest things ever in the whole show, that the reveal this whole time that Murray's a black belt, but he's only ever fought children, is really pure comedic genius writing.
What did you do?
What? Chapter 6, The Dive, is starting now. So fun to film all this stuff. I think I had like a bottom wetsuit underneath my pants. I think it has to be body temperature for that duration of time for everybody who's going to be in the pool, because there's a ton of crew in the pool. 30 feet deep is huge.
I found it. You found it? Dustin, you're a goddamn Einstein. Steve found the gate.
That's pretty wild. It's more of a snack-sized gate than the mama gate, but still, it's pretty damn big.
An intense challenge. Again, this goes back to the mechanics of filmmaking and all the pieces that have to go along with the acting. They achieve that effect in a bunch of different ways, by pulling me down in the water, pulling Nico down in the water, and then they move the rift to the top of the surface, and they actually pull me backwards, faking the surface of the water for the bottom of the water, moving the camera. I will look back on these 3 days of filming this as like definitely one of the coolest things that I've ever gotten to do.
You were not going in there, are you?
Just wait here. No, Ned!
Tali has this epic dive in, and then Maya, she goes boom off the back, which was an amazing choice that we were all laughing about. Also, the way that Joe kind of jumps in, it's like perfect. I feel like the way even that they're just jumping in the water says a lot about like who they are and where they're at, and the whole grand scheme of this and the upside down. Cool choices all around.
I highly recommend that you watch Stranger Things 4, Chapter 7, The Massacre at Hawkins Lab. Let's do this.
Ah, man. This is one of my favorite sequences of last season.
Oh, this was my favorite day ever. This is the most fun I've ever had.
Yeah.
This was so fun.
This is so cool.
The bats looked like they were just like green duct tape and rope.
This sort of stuff is like such a dance.
Yeah.
We got it.
Yeah.
And then we're like, guys, I think we need to redo it. It was something so technical
It
too.
was, yeah.
It was like, that was the perfect one. And then it was like,
I can't remember
something, it was the lightning.
Oh, yeah. I loved season 4.
Yo, man,
You looked
funny. I feel
so
like-
cool that day, man. Are you coughing up blood in that moment?
I think because the bat was chewing on my tummy.
Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath. You bit a bat's head off on stage, you know? Doesn't matter. It's very metal what you did. That's all I'm saying.
The thing I'm mostly thinking about is working with Joe, honestly. He brought a real interesting and new element to the show. He had real conviction in his character, and He delivered it with grace and with certainty, and it's a very cool performance that I really think jumps off the screen in a lot of ways.
The only reason I came in here was because those ladies came in straight after you.
Working with somebody like that, you can't help but see new things in your own character, I guess, or, you know, things that you admire about another actor. You're inspired in a way. So I felt that way working with Joe all the time. Great friend to have around. Yeah, he was awesome.
Here goes nothing.
Super cool.
It was really fun. This was one of my favorite days. We had these harnesses on, which was kind of silly because we were only like 3 feet off the ground, but I don't know if you guys remember this from gym class. It's so hard to pull yourself up a rope.
So the way that they did this is by obviously compositing the two things together. When it's over the shoulder of one of the actors looking back through the thing, we had it on set so we could see, so they were lining this thing up.
The amount of questions we were asking that day were plentiful. Like, which direction, if it flipped, then would I be this way or this way when I'm rolling out? And would I feel like, what would it feel like? It was like a job for an astronaut, but it was really fun to do. And we were all laughing hysterically, especially like everyone was gathered around the monitors watching everyone's like landing face as they landed on the bed and trying different ones. It was a really fun day.
Thank God. That was fun.
I could make my own rules.
The madness continues. I remember this whole thing with such fondness. This whole section was just so much fun to play. And it was one of those great moments that I think as an actor that you hope for, which is you have these like great out of mind experiences where you forget yourself and you're speaking and all of a sudden all the memories of that particular character just come flooding back to you without you even trying. I remember Mills walking in on the first day that we were doing this scene. We'd formed such a friendship and she just looked at me, she went, "You need to calm down." I was like, yeah, that ain't gonna happen today. One of the greatest things I love about working with Sadie and Millie, I think, is just how in they are all the time. You know, they're so locked and like both such giving actors, and it's such a pleasure and a joy to work with people like that because there's a trust and you get these moments of like wild exploration that you can't really direct or kind of, you know, plan for. They just kind of happen.
My naive father believed it was a demon cursing them for their sins.
When Raphael came in, he actually didn't know what he was there for. By the time he shot, I'd made a very conscious effort, you know, when I was playing Henry as orderly before this moment to hold my brow in a sort of more upright position so the eyebrows do this. So there's like a sort of presentation of innocence. And I remember seeing Raphael's picture as I walked in, and the first thing I said was like, oh my God, he's got the same like kind of eyebrow thing going on, which was such a joy.
With each life I took, I grew stronger.
He says, over his dying mom. That's fucked.
They were becoming a part of me.
This is ADR, because we shot the whole thing in one go, basically. And, you know, it's like, what is it? It's like 8 pages or something crazy.
But I was far from free. I woke up from my coma only to find myself placed in the care of a doctor.
Going back to this idea of kind of loneliness and isolation with Max, I think Henry is the same, having grown up being an outsider and not being kind of emotionally kind of cared for or understood by his parents, which you see more of in the play. If you get a chance to go and see that, you know, that was something I really connected to as well. It was a really beautiful thing and a really poignant moment again.
He tried to recreate me. He began a program, and soon, others were born.
I think it took us like 3 days to complete the massacre scene, and by the end of it, we were all just kind of beat, and obviously Mills and Henry come to blows, and she gets dragged across the floor, and that was like towards the last day of shooting.
Join me.
Then that no, badass. I didn't do the pull, obviously, but it did land on the ground. That was pretty cool. That stunt guy on that day, bless him, he took that slam.
We're about to watch a scene from season 4, episode 8.
Papa.
Nancy, just stay with me. Stay with me, okay? Whatever you guys are doing up there, hurry up!
I love shooting this. This was so cool.
Just the lighting and tone of this season was so cool.
Donna, Blondie, Bowie, Beatles, music! We need music!
Is this the scene where I pin her to the chair?
Oh. Oh, Natalia, I remember when you were working on this.
I was in a really weird mood this day, I remember.
What are you doing? Yeah, this outfit is pretty iconic, honestly. I remember this outfit very well.
Me too.
That,
and
like,
that cowl.
the cowl neck.
they could never.
And swimming in those boots also.
Take a seat, Nancy.
This must have been uncomfortable.
This was fun. Oh yeah. I mean, it was fun because it was like my first time seeing Jamie in costume. It was really intense because he's in character, and for the most part, I mean, I guess it's always really funny when you see him doing things out of character.
The character is very considered, it's all very chosen, because at any given moment when he's messing with these kids, he's in total control. And to take that into the voice as well, it took a minute. I mean, I remember at the read-through, there was an era of silence where it was like, yeah, fuck, I need to kind of work on that a bit more.
Everything.
Oh God, remember that clock?
Hey, whoa, 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 whoa. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm right here. I'm right here.
You were right there.
I think one of the things that I really love about this job is I see it as an opportunity to get into Matt and Rostoffer's insane minds.
You're scared of losing her.
Of course, I remember this scene.
See how you're leading us here?
We filmed it just on a soundstage in a rocking van in front of a bunch of LED screens, which is kind of crazy.
But that's what holds this whole party together. Heart.
It's cool to see the score they put on and how they edit it together, and then they cut to Jonathan looking in that rearview mirror. It's great.
When you're different.
Oh my God, this scene. I remember this scene, I was actually crying all day. It's just so sad. Just seeing Will try to tell Mike how he's feeling. And it's just upsetting to see Mike not acknowledge that.
Or she seemed like she was pushing you away. It's probably just because she's scared of losing you.
Yeah, this scene is very special, of course.
Elle needs you, Mike, and she always will. Yeah?
Yeah. And the turn and the... Oh my God, that freaking turn. Oh my God, that became a meme. So many people send me memes of this little screenshot right here. I didn't expect that scene to turn into a meme, but here we are.
Yeah, it's silly, but I've actually I always had this dream that I'd have this really big family. I'm talking.
They've had a bit of a chance to reconnect. They didn't really see too much of each other in season 3. Their storylines kind of weave in and out, and with Nancy and Jonathan together, they've also been through so much together.
I figured all of us Harringtons, we would pack into something like this. And
Steve has really gone on a journey, and I think there's an acknowledgement of that, of who is this guy becoming? Who has he grown into?
Beachside town in California, spend a week parked in the sand. Learn how to surf or something.
Theoretically, they're graduating high school. Or maybe because all this is going on, thinking about where you're going in life and who you are and what you want. I think that's really on their minds. Also, fear of there's no guarantee that they'll survive all the crazy things that they're doing. Yeah, it's nice to see them kind of meet back somewhere. That's fair.
Now, how exactly do you plan on doing this?
I'm not sure.
This was filmed on the same day as the running up that hill. Directly after, actually. I remember still wiping blood off of the back of my neck on this scene.
Away. It was a time when I was happiest.
Was I there?
Yeah, you might have been there.
Okay, but the second you start to lift, I'm calling in Kate Bush.
Okay.
These are usually, some of my favorite scenes, just because it's so simple, and those kind of just human moments make Stranger Things Stranger Things.
Deal.
Deal.
I love filming that scene. I'm obsessed with a redemption arc and the way that Steve's character, where he started, and like his cruelty to Nancy, his kind of emotional tightness and severity, and how much he's just opened up and become this like supportive person. The friendship between him and Robin is so beautiful to me, and the way that they support each other and egg each other on. I really love that moment of intimacy between them where he catches her like looking off, and I think it's such a special thing because that's like when you know a true friend, when they see you looking at somebody or something and that you're thinking something, they know what you're thinking.
Who's that?
Someone from band. I came here to try and understand who I was.
That was a very big scene for us both.
See if I was the monster. Now I know the truth. It is not me. It is you. You are the monster.
Oh, so good.
I'm going to open that door, and I'm going to leave.
Huge. It's huge just for her to actually be like, no, you've made me feel this way for so many years, and now I'm able to look at you and tell you, and you're not able to haunt me anymore. Oh, such a good scene. We rehearsed that scene every day. Like, we would go on walks together and just talk that scene through.
You'll soon see the truth, 11.
You pissed her off. She's mad. That's like me when the melatonin kicks in. I'm like,
This is Stranger Things 4, Episode 9, The Piggyback. This is a big one.
I don't want you to forget that I'm here.
Oh, see, I love the Will and Jonathan moments. I think it's so special. This scene was fun. I don't think it was supposed to be in the story. I think they added it in while we were filming. And it's such an important moment, just seeing Jonathan acknowledge his brother. Like, he's such a good brother.
Because you're my brother. And I love you.
I think this season especially was really fun because I just got to spend kind of the whole summer with him. So we got super close. If you see us interact in regular life, we do have kind of that brotherly bond, and he's always like making fun of me in like an endearing way, and it's awesome.
I know. I know you are. Come here.
I love this.
What time was this? This was like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Was it?
Something stupid. Like, it felt like 3 o'clock in the morning. Oh, so this is just after she's thrown me.
Yeah.
You and I go head
Well,
to
you
head
had
for
me
a
like
minute.
up on the wall, like as you do.
That's right.
Yeah.
How? I piggybacked from a pizza dough freezer.
What?
What?
I actually remember that. And actually, that may be another line that I knew was gonna kind of be funny. It's like piggybacked from a pizza dough freezer. Like, what?
Is this like the first time we worked with Millie, right?
Yeah.
There you are.
I remember doing that. I remember doing that and feeling like, oh my God, I'm so cool.
Ugh, I cannot even look at it. He scares me.
You are so cool.
Well, bless you. Only when I'm in that.
It took me a while to like get used to it. It was very difficult for me because I don't like people in like masks. So not being able to see his face was really difficult for me and really terrifying, but I tried to use it as much as I could.
I remember I growled and we were doing ADR and I was like, oh, it looks like my mouth makes the shape U. Can I just try saying you? So we did that. That was another moment where I felt cool.
If you touch her again, I will kill you again.
It's also great, like, as an actor, when you're doing these kinds of things, to actually have them in front of you. And the fact that I'm wearing contact lenses makes everything a little blurry, so I can't even really see. I accidentally touch her at some point. Yeah, nearly there. And that, I remember doing that and being like, whoa, we touched it, it was too scary. It was really scary.
In one day, I found the most extraordinary thing of all.
Well, I know Matt and Ross Duffer well enough, so, you know, when you read a monologue like this, what they'll do is they'll want to shoot the whole thing. You know, they're not going to skimp out on anything. So, first and foremost, you learn the whole thing.
I saw a means to realize my potential,
For me, it's about kind of attaching memory and morality to it as well, so that those poignant moments where things are said that are meant to mean a lot, there's a visualization going on inside the mind as well. I shouldn't, but I have my phone in my pocket here, and I have countless videos of me testing things out and seeing how things feel and seeing how things sound. But when you get something like that, I mean, it's really exciting. It's an absolute joy to be given such great material, and you just hope that you can do it the justice that it deserves.
There was a time when I had hoped.
You're asleep, you're dead here, aren't you? Aren't you on the ground?
I'm on a wall somewhere.
This was the first time Millie had seen Vecna. She'd never seen him before. She was really sad about it.
I
She wasn't
see.
happy.
We were old friends at this point.
Yeah, we knew what we were doing. We
Yeah.
were cool.
I'd been there a long time on this wall, on this door.
You were so good in this season.
You were so
you're
good
so
in
good,
this
full
season.
stop, but you were so great. Such a nice journey for you and your character. It was beautiful.
Don't be afraid.
Do you ever miss your hand?
I do. I have one. I have a...
You do?
I do, but it doesn't have the mechanism in it, so it just kind of flops around. I put it on, show people when they come over.
Ah, that's such a good little souvenir to have.
That and just the sheer trauma of spending 8 hours in a makeup chair.
I kept the Walkman.
Did you?
I did.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
There are people that would kill for that Walkman.
I know. Well, I kept one of them. There were several.
Did it work?
Yeah.
Did you have the tape in it?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I would listen to it. Sometimes it would, like, if it was a long day, it would kind of be like, oh. But yeah, it worked.
I remember just like me and the 3 other guys for a few days just being on our knees at that fridge.
Elf! Elf! Can you hear me? I'm right here. And I love you.
And once I started to do the monologue, everyone was like very respectful and kept quiet. And I remember Charlie being so sweet and just coming up to me and like putting his hand on my back and being like, I really liked that.
But the truth is, El, I don't know how to live without you. I feel like my life started that day we found you in the woods. Yellow Benny's Burgers t-shirt. And it was so big it almost swallowed you whole. And I knew right then and there, in that moment, that I loved you.
See, this could have happened before if you just told her you loved her. You know? She could have saved everything.
I love you for exactly who you are. You're my superhero. And I can't lose you. You need to fight. That's it, El. Fight, El. Fight!
I watch this now and I get chills. It's one of those few moments where it hardly even feels like I'm watching myself because of the action of this moment and because the tagline, and it's just such a pure action moment. Growing up watching movies like this made me want to do this. It's truly living out a childhood fantasy. It is pretty funny that essentially Murray is the one that saves the world this season by killing the Demogorgon. I think people like to see the funny guy win. He's sort of like a mental hero. He has the ability to be the most honest because he sees things like they are. And to see somebody who has that perspective also become a literal hero is really satisfying. I was just so grateful to Matt and Ross for writing that.
how many takes we did, maybe like 3 or 4. It kept jamming, because you're walking and you're like doing it, but then we got one that was pretty cool. It's a fun scene. I think it turned out pretty well. That whole sequence with Maya and Joe and like throwing grenade things, the slow motion, the music, I think it all, it felt very epic. It was really fun to shoot and brought a certain energy. The way it took off and the way people responded to it was, honestly a little overwhelming. It's been really special and I feel very grateful to have been a part of all of it.
Oh, God. I cried on the day watching him perform it.
I was always really scared initially because people grew to love the dynamic between Dustin and Steve so much that when they had the choice to bring in a new character that kind of challenged that relationship and challenged that bond. And I think the only way it works is if you have an actor like Joe.
I love you, Dad. I love you too.
Eddie. Eddie.
Duffers are so good at bringing in a new character,
They really
making
are.
people fall in love with them, and it's so fast, which so many people can't do. And he really rose to that. Such a physical actor.
Very physical.
He finds the real humanity in it.
Truly.
And heart.
Yeah, and heart. It's beautiful.
And a gap that was missing in the show.
Yeah.
With a show that's so packed with such a big cast, it's a pretty tall challenge to see where you fit in. And he found his own unique place and did it so well.
For a character to be introduced and sent off in the same season, and for him to take a real hold on the fan base and on all of us here, just shows you how talented he really is. I wouldn't have been able to do this unless it was with this capable of a guy.
Call an ambulance! Hurry, call an ambulance!
Yeah, this scene was sad. Actually, the film, not gonna lie, Sadie did a great job, as well as Priya. Her intensity running in.
What I was processing playing Erica was just kind of how can I be there for my brother?
God, you messed up. You really messed up.
Messed up.
I know, please.
I don't want to die. I'm not ready.
You're not gonna die. Please just hang on.
I don't want to go on. I don't want.
We filmed this scene a separate day, a week later.
You give your performance, you feel good about it, and then it's wait, we have to recreate all of that in the void.
That was challenging. I'm yo, how do I get back to this same feeling? Yeah, it was really for Millie, but it was just having to cry a lot in different takes was very draining.
Erica, help!
What was great was that the Duffers allowed me to improv. We want the audience to feel this scene, so we want you to improv and have fun and go with the flow.
So many tears. Everyone's crying.
I mean,
Matt and Ross Duffer, can we not just have a nice time?
I was really in the moment. Sadie really helped me out from her tone, her doing the that got me. I was no. I really felt that I was Lucas and she was Max, and I wasn't able to save her.
And then everybody thinks you're gone.
Right?
I love yours and Lucas's storyline in this season. It's so nice.
Poor Lucas.
I found another jar of peanut butter and it's crunchy stuff. Robin.
I so clearly remember the time of year when we were filming this scene. We were almost finishing up the show, I think. It was such an emotional time because it had been such a difficult season with the pandemic and everything. We'd been working on it for 2 years. It was a really crazy feeling. This scene had this hope and this energy and this percolation of newness to it. And that was really how I felt in my life at the time. Yeah, it's I almost can smell the air on this day watching this scene.
Doing her wow, nice surprise. Great to see you.
Yeah, I didn't take it as anything negative.
Okay, good. No.
The way the Duffers write for actors and write dialogue is just so amazing. They know how to tell you who a person is in 10 sentences. They'll give you their voice and who they are and where they're at. It's just So a special gift.
Ultimately, yeah, it's fine, and it's bordering on a good thing, because, I mean, he was really grating on me. I mean, he's the type of person who trashes Fast Times because it has no plot. I mean, as soon as he said that, I should have just ended things right there, and... Sorry. And I have just made a peanut butter on peanut butter monstrosity.
In psychology, it's like a huge sign that somebody likes you, or if you like somebody, if you start modifying your behavior to mirror them. Like you start dressing like them, or talking like them, or using the same slang that they use. And so I think that this is a moment of sort of Vicky mirroring Robin. And at least that's my interpretation of it. And to try to very subtly communicate an unsayable thing.
You really shouldn't
have. Oh, but I did.
Oh,
but I did.
I just don't even deserve it.
This was, I feel like, one of the last days that we filmed last season.
I got so many bug bites from this. Oh my God, and this one shot of the crane going up, we did so many times. And so many people talked about the duos.
Yeah, it looks really different when they add all the special effects.
I can't believe, like, this is what the world knows still of Stranger Things. Like, little do they know what's coming.